You're not broken. You're just addicted to escaping. Let me say that again. You're not broken. You're just addicted to escaping. So let's stop pretending that you're the only one. You work hard, you train, you talk big, but behind closed doors, you're running from stress, from shame, from the silence in your head, the drugs, the booze, the junk food, the porn, or the escorts at 2 a.m. when you said you were done. You're not chasing pleasure. You're trying to outrun your own mind. And I know this because I was you. I used to think I had it all figured out. I was in shape. I was driven. I was kind of respected, or I thought I was, but I was also sniffing and smoking in secret, thinking I was still on the path because I convinced myself that because I worked hard, I deserved a little escape. But those little escapes were robbing me blind, not just from my money, thousands down the drain, but my momentum, my confidence, my identity. I was doing just enough to look like I had it together while I was destroying everything that I built. And the worst part is no one knew, because guys like us, we suffer in silence. We're the ones people come to for advice, and that's a heartbreaking thing when you're trying to tell people how they should live their lives, when I was living a big life of illusions. And I'm sure you can relate. We're the ones who say that we have potential, but we're also the ones who collapse alone in the dark, questioning if we'll ever become who we pretend to be. So let me ask you this, and don't answer it for me, I'll answer it for you. Do you want to be free, or do you just want to look free? Let me just ask you that again. Do you want to actually be free, or do you just want to look free? Because real freedom doesn't come from more money or more followers or more clout. It comes from finally saying, I'm done being a slave to this rubbish cycle. Because you know what changed my life? It wasn't therapy, it wasn't rehab, it was getting brutally honest and taking radical ownership. I stopped asking what's wrong with me, and I started asking what am I avoiding. And every time the answer was the same. It was discomfort, it was fear, it was truth, it was just denial coming shaped in loads of different packages, whether it's drink, sniff, whatever. That's why you go pick up the bottle. That's why you go back to the bags and the grams. That's why you binge that fast food or stay up scrolling porn until your soul feels hollow and you can't even get a boner. It's not about addiction. It's about what you haven't faced yet. But do you want to know what the good news is? Because it's not all doom and gloom around here, as you know. The man you know you could be, the disciplined, respected, powerful version of you, he's already in there. He's not just some fantasy. He's just been drowned out by years of broken promises that you keep on making to yourself. And you don't become him with one massive change. You become him by keep making tiny promises every single day, especially when no one's watching. You wake up a bit earlier. You train that little bit harder. You delete the contacts that lead to the self-destruction, whether that's your fellow addict mates or the drug dealers or the people who just want to get on the session. Eat real food. Say no to the little voice begging for one more dopamine hit. Stack those wins day after day. No drama, no excuses, no clout chasing. Because here's the truth that you've probably been dodging. That's how you've ended up clicking on this video today. That's why the algorithm has blessed you with this video today, because you already know what to do. You're just scared of who you might become if you actually committed to it. And that fear, that's your proof. That's how you know it's real. It's not just the ego talking. It's your soul reminding you that you were built for more. Let me just say that again. It's not the ego talking. It's your soul reminding you that you were built for more. So here's what I'll leave you with today. You don't need therapy. You need discipline. You don't need a label. You need to level up. Let me just say that one again. You don't need a label, whether it's addict or whatever it might be. You just need to level up. And if you're ready to start making that journey, if you're tired of pretending to be high performance and want to actually become him, click the link and download the free Limitless Man Blueprint in the bio. Drop a comment with the biggest question and I'll reply to every single one of you. You've wasted enough time hiding. Now it's time to actually show up and become the limitless version of you. Let's go.